Hello everyone, this is Brett Settles with Revizto, and today we wanted to start off our new version 5 tutorials with the object tree. Now the object tree is located in the 3D space of the Revizto platform, and is located in our new set of tools here, all the way to the left, represented by the hierarchy symbol as an icon. When we select on this, we'll see that the object tree opens. Now keep in mind that this object tree can be dragged and dropped in a different location inside of the application. So if we want to move it to the top, we are free to do so. Or if we want to move it to the left, we're free to do that as well. Inside of this object tree, you'll see some quick toggle buttons up at the top, allowing us to quickly show all elements in the project, or being able to reset any overrides that we have put on any individual object, such as transparency, color, or requirement overrides. The third button will allow us to switch back to the authoring tool from any given location inside of the project, making it to where there is no longer an issue needed to actually switch back to the model that you're working in on a daily basis. Below that, we can see that we have search functionality. Over here, we have an option to determine what types of results that you're going to get from the search. Right now, and by default, elements only is selected, meaning that if we search for anything, we're only going to see physical elements that relate to that. So if I search for pipe, we can see that we get pipe insulations, pipe types, all of these objects that are represented here as instances in our object tree. Now you'll notice that if I untoggle this and research, you'll see that now the pipe insulation family types and systems are selected as well. So if we're looking for physically modeled objects, we will make sure that that default is set, allowing us to see those individual pipes. Now, in here, if I double click on an element, it will open up the properties and take me to that specific pipe. And I can even isolate that in transparency to unhide anything that may be sitting in front of me so that I can see the object. Right-click functionality has been introduced in Revizto 5 and plays a huge role in the object tree. Here we can add custom properties to elements, unload other links, unload the links that I've selected, or load the links to the object that I've selected if it happens to be unloaded at any given time from the object tree. We can switch back to this object directly, focus on these objects for navigation purposes, and manipulate them in any of the visual ways that you see up here above. So right-click functionality is very, very important to the object tree and the way that we use it. If I minimize all of this and talk about manual navigation through the object tree, this is where things should be very familiar. I want to expand the steel fabrication model. I want to then expand all of that. And I can now see all of this element data in here and use this in the same way that I did before, where I want to find individual elements created in that specific model. We can minimize that and expand any of these or all of these and really just dive down into the way that this model is created at every level of data that we have available from those authoring tools. So as you can see, I can focus on those items. A really great way to navigate, and as you can see, the properties pane, which will be covered in its own tutorial, automatically pops up as we make selections, allowing you to see all of the properties available with that element. So everything is meant to be interconnected and intuitive, and we will be covering all of these other panes that come along with Revizto 5 in detail as these new tutorials roll out. So thank you for joining me and watching this video about the object tree, and hope to get these other tutorials out to you very soon.